chest day.
What? Really?
Yeah, the soreness is too much sometimes.
I totally don't mind chesting.
Hello everyone, welcome to our special podcast episode for extensive listening. I am Yuda.
And I'm Zara. We are so excited to accompany you today in our learning journey called The Listening Odyssey.
That's right, Zara. Today we want to talk about the topic that we both absolutely love. We are going to discuss strength training and lifting weight for women. Many people think lifting weights is only for men, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I completely agree with you on that. There are so many stereotypes about girls in the gym. So, in this episode, we will share what we learned from listening to various English TED Talks, vlogs, and also podcasts about women fitness this semester. So, let's dive in.
To start our discussion, let's talk about our favorite listening discoveries. Zara, what is the best audio or video you found this topic during this semester?
Oh yeah, I found an amazing TED Talk called Why Women Need to Get Serious About Strength by Dr. Jamie Simon. One thing I learned from her talk is that many women are afraid of lifting weights because they think it will make them look bulky. However, she explained that strength training is actually very important for women's health because it can help build stronger muscles and also improve overall fitness. This talk also completely changed my perspective about weightlifting. So, what about you, Yunda? What do you think about that? And what was your best discovery?
Wow, that is a great point, Zara. I love that TED Talk too. For me, my best discoveries was a fitness vlog by a content creator named Next Squats. She has podcasts and vlogging series about lifting weight for beginners. The lesson I learned from her vlog is about progress, not perfection. She explained how lifting weight helps women build mental strength and physical discipline. Listening to her daily vlog helped me learn real gym vocabularies in English, like squats, deadlifts, and progressive overload. It was so practical.
Wow, that sounds wonderful, Yunda. Speaking of listening to different creators, we also listened to a lot of different English accents this semester. So, what was your experience with that, and which one was the most challenging for you?
Oh, that is very interesting question, Zara. Throughout this semester, I listened to American fitness vloggers. But then I found a British female powerlifter on Spotify podcast. Wow, her British accent was a culture crash for me. She used words like rubbish or spoke very fast with different vowel sounds. It was most challenging for me.
I know exactly what you mean. So, how did you overcome that listening obstacle?
Well, to overcome it, I played the podcast at slower speed. I also focused on her context and repeated the sentence aloud. How about you, Zara? Did you experience any difficult accent?
Yeah, I did. I listened to an Australian female weightlifters interview. Australians speak very fast and tend to shorten many words. For example, they say today or change their intonation at the end sentences. At first, I felt lost. However, I overcame this obstacle by using English subtitles at first to connect their sounds to the text, and then I turned off the subtitles to train my ears, and it really helped.
That's an excellent strategy, Zara. It shows that strategies we learn in our extensive listening class are useful. What do you think about the strategies like visual scaffolding or signposting? Did they help you understand real-world English?
Yeah, absolutely. For instance, when watching vlogs, visual scaffolding helped me a lot. Even if the speaker used fast slang, Seeing their gym equipment and body movements in the video helped me catch the meaning the words instantly. Moreover, self-posting phrases like first of all, whoever, or in conclusion help me follow the speaker's ideas without getting confused. So, what is your opinion on this, Yunda?
I completely agree. For me, mood tracking and fact versus opinion were life changers. In fitness podcasts, many speakers give their personal opinion about diets, but they also share the scientific facts about muscles. So, by using fact versus opinion strategies, I could filter which information was backed by science and which was just a trend. It made me a better listener in daily life.
Yeah, I agree with you, Yunda. But before we finish, I have a fun question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, what is your favorite muscle group to train?
My favorite is back. I love back workouts because they make me feel strong and I really feel the muscles working.
That's interesting.
How about you, Zara?
My favorite are pec and triceps because I like seeing muscle become more defined all the time.
That's right. Then what about your least favorite workouts?
Definitely calves because every time I train my calves, I can barely walk the next day.
I understand. For me, it's chest day.
What? Really?
Yeah, the soreness is too much sometimes.
I totally don't mind chest day.
Yeah, we all have different favorites.
Yes, everyone enjoys different kind of training.
I agree. That's one reason why fitness becomes such an interesting topic for us this semester.
Yeah, we really learned a lot this semester, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Lifting weights taught us about physical strength and extensive listening taught us how to decode real-world English conversation naturally.
Yes, it was a beautiful listening odyssey for both of us. In conclusion, listening materials we love like women's strength training makes learning English so much fun and meaningful.
Yeah, okay guys, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast and see you in the next Odyssey and bye-bye! Iya sini ya. Training.
Weird.
Apa naik kan?
Not about program.